welcome to Der999 looks at the Shishkin Tier 7 main battle tank from Israel, everyone's favorite, the Merkava IIB. I'm Der999 and here we are looking at another tank in Armored Warfare. Today we're looking at the Merkava, I think that's how you say it, 2B. The tank that I had no idea what to call it. I saw its name once and I thought it was like Minerva and a bunch of other things, not Merkava, until I actually looked it up and saw it was Merkava. But yeah, I used to just call this the Israeli main battle tank. And this is the middle of the series at this point in time. By this point in time, I mean May 6th, 2016. The Israelis are on the Merkava 3 now. This is the Merkava 2B. As you can see, it's tier 7, the same tier as, if we look, the same tier as Damon Abrams Leopard 2, T-80 and Challenger 1. And actually, let's look at the Chinese tree. And the Type 92, or Type 90-2. So, yeah, but this is interesting, because this is, what, the third premium they put in the game? The third Tier 7 premium put in the game, and you can buy it for the price of, cut. Okay, you buy it for the price of 500 or 5,500, which is around $23 US. So yeah. Sorry, Chrome's been acting up. So yeah, but we'll see if it's any good. Now, I've been meaning to do this tank for 2-3 days after the update came out. The what? 24th? I want to say. Like introduced the Merkava. Now the Merkava has been in the works since like 2-3 patches ago. They actually showed a preview at the same time they showed the preview of the missile strikers. I call this thing. However, they just now implemented the Merkava 2B. So what is the Merkava 2B, and why is it special? Why do people consider it one of the best, if not the best, main battle tanks of the world? Well, it is developed in Israel for a couple of reasons. It stands out from most main battle tanks because there are three, or I should say two main characteristics that this has that no other main battle tank has, aside from maybe the Abrams. And that is, let me look all the way down. One is survivability. Actually, if you look around, I think I know where it is, there should be. Yes, you see there's a hatch in the back. Now, main battle tanks usually don't have a big hatch in the back, or in the sides, or in the top, or in the bottom, anywhere. However, the Merkava has a big hatch in the back, which opens up like that, because, you know, it's supposed to open like a gull wing, or like an airplane door. And the reason why it has that is to actually bring people out. If a crewman gets injured, or crewman gets injured, they could bring him out on the stretcher as opposed to having to, well, let's go look at another tank. Fine, let's do the main battle tank 70. Instead of through hatches and stuff, because as you can see, there's no other way to get out of a main battle tank 70, but let's look at something that's more, something that's actually been used, the Challenger 1. As you can see, there's a hatch, another hatch, and those are the only way to get out of the tank. However, the Merkava series, I should say, has hatches in it to allow injured crewmen to get out. Now, the difference between Merkava and Abrams in terms of viability is this. The Merkava is meant to get hit, more or less. It's meant, basically, how do I say this? Let's go look at the dealers. I used to have an M1 Abrams, but updates. But if we look at M1 Abrams, now the Abrams is actually meant to, take hits, but it's meant to reflect hits, or it's meant to take hits, but instead of hits are meant to penetrate the armor, but not the actual inside armor, which is why you can hear M1 Abrams has never been destroyed outright by enemy fire, because they've never been destroyed outright by enemy fire. You can have a completely wrecked Abrams, but the inside's still fine because it has a liner inside. Israelis took that to the next step by adding a bunch of other stuff, by adding a bunch of other features, as well as you can see, the Merkava has its turret further placed back because they wanted to put the engine in the front, which, unlike most tanks nowadays, engines in the rear. They want to do that because, again, they want to make sure that no one dies. Because if you don't know, Israel is a very small country, and in fact, everyone is drafted into the Israeli military at least once. Is it mandatory, like, or is it just Korea? Or South Korea, I should say. Men and women and everyone. Because it is a small country, they only have so many people. They do not have the luxury of a volunteer military like the United States does. So, yeah, they must protect their people well. And another thing that the Israelis also cherish is cost effectiveness. Sure, sure, the United States and allies of Israel give Israel money and weapons and military. However, Israel doesn't really like to use that money, and they want to use it for more. They want to use it for other purposes, like um, when the Israelis got modern jets with missiles, they decided not to use missiles. They decided just to go guns. Same thing with their tanks. They're cost-effective tanks. They're not like Abrams, which are expensive. They're not like Leopard 2s, which are expensive. They're not like any other tank that is not Russian that's expensive, or Chinese, or Korean. North Korean, I mean. However, these are cheaper. So yeah, and the Merkava has been around since since 1978, and it's gone through 3 variants. This variant specifically was built in okay, the Mark II plane was put into service 1983. Mark IIB. Okay, the Mark IIB has thermal optics and fire control system. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, but anyway, so let's do what I do when I have a new tank when I have a new vehicle that I have no idea what it is. Let's go to battle. Hopefully. See people are actually playing. And that's also another reason why I didn't do a video until now, because I'm actually playing this at 4:55 right now, and as you can see, there are people actually playing the game. But if you play anywhere else other than Eastern Standard Time afternoon, it's just not going to happen on the American server. In fact, people are actually going to the European server. But that's a discussion for a gameplay video, which I'm going to do after this. And if I can't do it this way, I'll just do PvE. It'll be fine, I think. So I'll be right back once I get into a match. Alright, set a match, alright. Oh, four people on that, alright, great. Alright, so, yeah, going back to the Merkava, other criteria for its development were rapid repair and awful performance, which is both are necessary in Israel. Because Israel, again, is fighting, like, 500 guys at once, 500 nations at once sometimes. So they need, if a tank gets shot and gets damaged, it needs to get repaired immediately. Also, it would need to go off-road because, well, you're in the desert. And the borders of Israel are not lined with roads, more or less. So yeah, not like Europe. Also, Merkava in Hebrew, which I might call it from now on, is chariot, which would make sense. If I Merkava. That name just eludes me so much. Even when when I was typing it out to look for it on Wikipedia, I kept typing Merkava, M-I-R, which is just my thing. If I pronounce things this way, yeah.
Ready up. Up. Driver, move out.
We're going steerage, aren't we? Okay, we're going to test this thing in the middle. Literally. Alright, well, forward onto the enemy we shall go. Forward onto the enemy we shall go. Forward onto the enemy we shall go. Oh, can you fix it? Forward onto the enemy we shall... Why can't I move? Oh, fantastic. Remember my gun? Yep. It's an interesting sounding gun. Yeah, I think we legged out. Be right back. Okay, found a match. So yeah, not quite sure what happened last time, but what did happen last time is we got money out of it. Look at all that. What we got from doing nothing, other than firing our gun. Okay, lost time, that's fine. Yes, they're sevens, alright. I'm much better. Oh, and there, three of them are challengers. But hey, I got Brawler you can shoot at, these on the 2 can shoot at, Dingle Panzer, M63. This is gonna be interesting for the challengers. But, you know, we are in the Merkava after all. It's gonna be awesome. Alright. Because one guy I saw somewhere said it's a garbage tank. I don't know if he's right or wrong, but we're gonna find out. And Commander, I forgot. Okay, I'm affirmative that as soon as I can affirmative it.
Driver, crank it. Affirmative. Gunner, scan for target. Affirmative. Loader, ready up. Up. Driver, move out.
Go on. Yes. We have motion. Oh, very maneuverable. Very maneuverable. Although it's kind of slow. Oh, interpretation? Oh, really quick. No, they did recently change medium tanks. I mean battle tanks a bit, so yeah. Again, oh, the ERC's here. Alright, how about gun elevation depression? Oh, really good elevation about depression. Over the front, actually, really good. Look at that. What concerns me is I was looking at it in the garage. It's that front armor kind of concerns me a bit. The turret's fine. Turret's pretty awesome, but the rest, alright. We're going to battle. Oh, whoa, bag. Okay, we must have running into somebody. Oh, wow. Okay, move it up. Wow, rendering. Well, these guys rendering made my computer almost crash. Not really. Okay, got anything? Oh, we're now spotted. Notice how the Merkava makes no sounds other than tracks moving. Yeah. Floating rock or just awkwardly foamed rock? Anything? T-72? I think we should move up more. I mean, my lag is a little high, but it should be fine. But my frame rate's concerning. Sorry, I'm doing the standard gameplay, but I do like Merkava so far, though. We have not shot, and we have not been shot at. That will change in a second. We have smoke right. Yeah, we got smoke. But I don't think it. But I think I've been a waste. All right, we got. Okay, what should we be concerned more? The T-72 over there, or the Challenger up there? Okay, he's way over there. Let's engage the Challenger. Challengers are tough. They have armor, lots of it. And I don't know what armor I have in the. I don't know what armor I have in the Merkava. Okay, reverse. What you guys doing? Okay. Oh, found him. Ah, I don't know where he shot me. He shot me in the side. He shot me in the front at that extreme angle. Is he going to come and kill us now? Oh no, we've been flanked too by the other Challengers. Fantastic. Mark. You move on. I must get cover from at least some of them. Okay, we're covered from the guy from far left, but we still gotta fight these jerks. Alright. Ghost round, of course, or I hit them. Ah, fantastic. I can do anything. That didn't actually do much. They haven't maneuvered. Up to our flank. Up to our flank. I guess we got maneuvered. But I didn't do a lot of damage, just saying. Oh, April's a 760. I did not do a lot of damage. Our gun. If penetrated, I have a Challenger, no problem. If the round actually existed, which you did for the second shot. But yeah, I'll meet you in the garage. We go back to the garage, and then I'll meet you, and then we'll black out, or not black out. We just swipe, I think. Crossfade, yeah, crossfade, and then we'll be right back with tank in the garage, and then we'll go over the stats and compare it with everything. I know there's much things to compare it to. Because it is a tier 7 premium, and I have the other two. Which just makes it easy. I can just click on you, bring you up, and click on you, bring you up. Although you don't count because you're not main battle tank. You're way not main battle tank. But we can compare it with... You know, it'd be fun just to compare it to other tier 7s, because M1 Abrams, Illiper 2, and... well, the other ones. Are we out of battle? No. I'll be right back once we get out of battle. Alright, back. You're nothing. Alright, back. So now we're going to compare the Merkava to... Oh, by the way, there are more tier 7 tank. There are more tier 7 premiums. One of them is... let's look at dealers. We want to look at Wolfie, and then we go down here. Yeah, that's a... No. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, that's a premium as well. And... So are you, I think. Something like that. But yeah, there's more than these, but I know for a fact Challenger one is... the only tier 7 premium main battle tank? I think so. I hope so. But anyway, let's bring you up. Now this is going to... No, as we all know, actually, it's not the easiest process, but, yeah, that's because it doesn't really work that well. I mean, it's been improved with the new AI, but not by much. We're also going to bring out the good old Lepato. Go to Imon Ibrahim's. Go up to Shishkin land. Bring out these the Merkava's friends, which, that's interesting. Shishkin gets the Merkava. I always thought the Merkava was more general purpose tank, which is what Wolfie has. But then again, Wolfie got long range stealth spec out thing. So yeah. Okay, so that's all of them. Now we're going to compare him to we'll compare it to the Challenger 1 Wolf first, as that's its direct competitor. Second direct, and then, well, anything goes. Actually, second direct competitor, because it is one of its tanks, is the TD. Next, I want to compare it to the Abrams, the Leopard, and you can just hang out here. Alright, now let's bring out the Merkava stats and see what makes it interesting, because it was slow, it didn't do a lot of damage. Does it have a lot of penetration? It does have a lot of penetration. Sure, let's look at the Wolf. Alright, I'm starting a new system where I read off the tank in question stats, and then compare it to the thing I'm comparing it to that's already in the game, or that people know more of, or just not that tank. So first things first, the Merkava Merkava's gun. The Merkava's gun is a 105mm cannon, and it does 389 damage with a penetration of 381. That's actually a low caliber gun, because most of these tanks are 120s. Most, if not all of them. So yeah, but it does a damage per minute of 3,143, reload time of 7.43, hit points 2,350. I was wondering whether or not this thing had a ton of hit points, because the Abrams series in this game has silly amounts of hit points, because the Abrams are hard to kill completely. You cannot kill the inside, it is next to impossible, no one has done it. Except, well, you know, US military saying C4 inside and blowing up, so people don't get their hands on the Abrams, so yeah. Hull armor, oh, whoa. Hull armor, 542 in the front, 55 in the side, and 40 in the rear. I gotta compare that to the Abrams, see how that's like. And its ultimate position is just steel, interesting. Turret is 280 in the front, 152 in the sides, and 0 in the rear. Okay, so that's the situation we got in the battle. That was by far the worst situation you could get in with the Merkava, because it just can't handle anything from the sides and rear. Interesting. Then you got, it goes 50.4 kilometers. And it's a 0 to 32 kilometers, or kmh of 7.84. Camouflage is 0.05 all around. Oh, sorry. View range is 380. Gun depression is -7, -7. Accuracy spread is 0.09. Aim time 221. Turret traverse 3366. Alright, now let's compare it to its direct competitor, because it's also a premium and it's also tier 7, also a main battle tank, the Challenger 1 Wolf. Now, the Challenger 1 Wolf has more alpha damage, more penetration, higher damage per minute, reload time is slower, but because it does so much damage, it does more. Challenger 1 has more hit points, but it's a Challenger, it has more hit points than most things, other than Abrams's, I think. Hull. The Merkava actually has more front hull than the Challenger 1. Wow. And that's the hull armor, that's not the turret. However, the Challenger 1 actually has side armor and actually has rear armor. Merkava does not. Challenger 1 has a composite hull, as well as it has way more turret armor everywhere. That's to be expected. It is a Challenger 1. Challenger 1 is faster ever so slightly. Challenger 1 is faster acceleration ever so slightly. Challenger 1 has worse camouflage. Because it's Challenger 1. Because it's Challenger 1, even with its camouflage, red stripes, that makes it more stealthy. Well, I mean, it's not style. Of course it's going to be stealthy. So yeah, it's a stealthy. View range is longer than the Merkava. Gun depression is same as Merkava. Gun elevation, I think, is less than Merkava. Merkava just has better everything when it comes to the gun elevation. Accuracy spread, about the same, although a little less than Merkava. Aim time, a little better than Merkava. Turret traverse, a little slower than Merkava. I mean, that's interesting. So the Merkava has better hull armor than the Challenger 1. And that's about it. That is about it. Well, I could move it going up and down much better, but yeah. Well, the thing about the Merkava is you can flank it with ease. Now, the Challenger 1 Wolf is basically just saying, oh, this is really cool if we had a premium Challenger 1, because the Challenger 1 is a tech tree tank. And you know, basically the Wolf Ice Merc series are mainly just tech tree tanks that they repainted to sell as premiums. Which is not a bad idea. Unless of course you have or will be getting those tanks in tech tree, then that's a bad idea. But anyway, so now let's look at its non-premium competitors. First things first, its direct competitor, which it's in the same company, so it is a direct competitor, the T80 by Russia. Challenger 1 was from the UK. Alright, so in Merkava, and so the T80 does more damage, T80 has more higher penetration, T80 has higher damage per minute, T80 has a longer load time, T80 has less hit points, T80 has less armor, T80 has more turret armor, yeah, T80 goes faster, T80, well, they're about the same, they're similar speed, acceleration, T80 is less stealthy, T80 has less view range, T80 has same gun depression and worse gun elevation, I think. I'm not quite sure, but you can see the stats for that yourself and be able to judge yourself. Accuracy spread on the T80 is worse, I think. Aim time on the T80 is worse. Turret traverse is better. So yeah, T80 being the T80. Being okay at some things, being great at one thing and being okay at everything else. Moving on to my personal favorite, the M1 Abrams. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. All right, let's compare the M1 Abrams to the Merkava. Now, actually, going back to the T80, what caliber gun do you have? 125, and the Abrams has a 105. Okay, the Abrams does same amount of damage and has less penetration. So the Merkava has gets more out of their shots than Abrams does. Makes it accelerate better. Maybe as long barrel. We'll have to check later. But damage per minute of the Merkava is actually better than the Abrams. Reload time is better than the Abrams. It has more health than the Abrams, just barely. But the Merkava gets that. Merkava has more hull armor than the Abrams in the front, worse everywhere else. Although just slightly worse in the rear by 20 points. Turret armor, Merkava has better turret armor in the front, but of course the Abrams has much better turret armor in the side, and a little bit better in the, well, by a little bit better, I mean a lot better in the rear, because 60 is better than 0. And of course the Abrams is composite materials. The Abrams goes 72 kmh, Merkava goes only 50. Abrams is slower to accelerate, probably because it's a little heavier maybe, and older. Camouflage is less stealthy than the Merkava. The range of the Abrams is slightly less than the Merkava. Gun depression on the Abrams is amazing at 10 and 0, so the Merkava has better gun elevation, I think, or vice versa. I'm not quite sure which one's elevation and depression. Elevation means pointing your gun up here, depression means pointing your gun right here. You have to fill me in which one's the appropriate one, but you can look at that yourself if you're confused, like me. Accuracy spread is better on the Merkava, ever so slightly. Aim time is better on the Abrams, ever so slightly. Turret traverse is better on the Merkava by a bit more. Moving on to the Leopard 2, the German main battle tank. Alright, so the German main battle tank has a 120mm gun and does more damage. It's bigger caliber. However, it has similar penetration, but has a slight edge in penetration than the Merkava. The damage per minute on the Leopard 2 is 1,000 times. It's 1,000 worse. I was about to say 1,000 times worse, but no, that'd be like 1. But no, it's 1,000 worse. Leopard 2 reload time is slower than the Merkava. Merkava has more hit points. Merkava has better armor in the front. However, they are similarly armored in the sides and rear. Okay. Actually, their side armor is exactly the same. Okay, that's interesting. Turret armor is better on the Leopard 2. Side armor is similar. Side armor and the turret's similar. However, the Merkava, again, 64. Any number above 0 is better than 0. Leopard 2 max speed is 68, which means it's faster than the Merkava. It accelerates slightly faster than the Merkava. Camouflage is slightly worse than the Merkava. And view range is it's slightly worse than Merkava. Gun depression elevation. The Leopard can depress his gun more and elevate it less. Accuracy spread is about the same. Accuracy spread is Merkava is better. Aim time is better on Merkava. And turret traverse is better on the Merkava. And then the Challenger 1 is the same as the Challenger Wolf. Alright, so the Merkava is interesting. It has a ton of hull armor. Just not much else. Well, it does have a lot of penetration for its gun. For it being a 105mm gun. Which we gotta see how long it is compared to the Abrams real quick. Go to Shishkin land. No, not Shishkin land. Go Wolfie land. Alright, go to A1 Abrams. Actually, A1 Abrams is a longer gun barrel. If that's accurate, which it may not be. But anyway, so now let's change up our commanders. Can I change my commanders? Change up commander. Fine. There we go. Do what I want on you. I mean, you're just good at actually, yeah, I like you a lot. I just like Sabrina. She's awesome. And what crew skills would you need on a Merkava? It being not a special premium, I don't think you can get it immediately. Yeah, okay, you have to actually train them up. Okay, well, let's go into a battle. Oh, people are actually playing. Yeah, people playing afternoons, I guess. But so far, I mean, we're going to be out of time in a minute, so I kind of want to, we're out of time in a minute, so I want to have a match where we actually, not get flanked by challengers. which never works for anybody. But yeah, I mean, the Merkava, the, Mer- the Merkava, from its stats, I like it. Except for the small problem of the back of the turret's not armored at all. Which is interesting. I mean, that would make sense. The Israelis mainly just use their tanks for defending. They rarely go on attack. They basically just snipe with their tanks, which is why they need good optics. And that's another strategy the Israelis use is sniping with tanks. Basically, whatever tank it is, or in Germany, or if it was German, any Panzer, it would be a snipe. They would snipe with it because they don't want them to get wrecked. And you know, Israelis are awesome at aiming, as opposed to their opponents, which are not necessarily so. So yeah, I mean, accuracy. Yeah, we'll explain why the accuracy spread's so good. And you saw how much it had more. It had just barely more survivability. It had barely more hit points than an Abrams. And Abrams, you know, actually, we're gonna check real quick. How many hit points does an Abrams have over a Challenger? It's tricking. Oh, that's time, but we're going overtime for this one. Oh, just 100 more. Yeah, that's not that bad. And go to Merkava, which we can actually go to Shishkin for. Yeah, just barely. So they're up by 100. So yeah. Well, another thing with Merkava, I mean, in game it seems sluggish, but it does have all that. It does have all that you have to get through in order to kill it. But if you flank it, I mean, we looked at the stats. Yeah, those numbers are pretty bad. However, everyone else has pretty much those numbers. Especially Leopard 2. Abrams a little bit more. Challenger 1 is, Challenger 1 being a Challenger 1 having tons of stuff. So that's not unheard of, those numbers of the hull and of the side and rear. I mean, battle tank. So that's good to know. But yeah. And actually, I'll be right back once we get in the match.